In a major blow to Trump's tariffs, a federal court in New York blocked the reciprocal tariff plan from nearly every country in the world. A three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of International Trade ruled that Trump exceeded his authority when he used the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act to declare a national emergency and justify the wide-ranging levies. The tariffs that reached as high as 50% on some countries had disrupted the global commerce, the stock markets, and sparked concerns of an inflation and recession in the US and globally. The court's ruling invalidates the tariffs Trump imposed on nearly all trade partners, including China, Mexico, and Canada. However, other tariffs like steel, aluminium, and auto remain intact. The Trump administration has argued that similar emergency powers had been used by President Nixon in the 1970s under earlier Trading with the Enemy Act, but the court rejected the comparison. The court order calling the tariffs illegal came as a positive for the world, and major global markets like Japan's Nikkei, Korea's Kospi surged nearly 2%. Indian markets surged too on opening. Goldman Sachs has mentioned in its note that the administration still has 4 ways by which it could offset this court verdict, though even before it heads to the Supreme Court. One option is to use the Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, which permits the president to impose tariffs of up to 15% to address a balance of payments deficit or prevent significant depreciation of the dollar. But any tariff under this section can only last 150 days without congressional approval. Option 2 is to initiate fresh investigations against major trading partners using Section 301 of the U.S. Trade Act of 1974. It allows for retaliatory tariffs in response to unfair trade practices, but involves more procedural steps than Section 122. However, there is no cap on the size or duration of tariffs under this section, but the investigation will take weeks or months to conclude. Option 3 is expansion of Section 232, under which the tariffs on steel and aluminium are already in place under the rationale of national security. Lastly, examine using Section 338 of the Trade Act of 1930. This is a rarely used provision permitting the president to impose tariffs up to 50% on imports from countries that engage in discriminatory practices against the US.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.